It's a new year. Let's kick it off right with the 2025 KISS vinyl tag. Welcome to the KISS Army Things YouTube channel. My name is Xander. Thank you everybody for being here. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season, a wonderful New Year's, and yes, we are back with brand new videos in 2025, and how about we start off with the 2025 KISS vinyl tag. You may remember that Dylan from the Record Spinner started this back in 2023, and this year's is a very special KISS vinyl tag because Dylan thought, why don't we get a group of KISS content creators together to create the list for this year's vinyl tag. And so in addition to myself and him, we also have Rick from It's All For You Demon, Glen from Tales of a KISS Geek, and Brant from In My Head. 5 KISS YouTube channels, 2 prompts each. That's the 10 prompts for this year's 2025 vinyl tag. And like we said, we highly encourage everybody to follow along. So in the comments, be sure to follow along and share all the records in your collection based on the prompts provided. And let's get started with my 10 from my collection. So prompt number 1 on this year's list comes from Glen from Tales of a KISS Geek, and it is Never Enough. Show the album that you have the most copies of. And so I looked, I skimmed through and made sure that yes, the album that I have the most copies of is Paul Stanley's 1978 solo album. I have 5 copies of this album, and so yeah, you can tell which one is my favorite. So here we have an original 1978 first pressing. It does come with all the inserts, the poster, and the order form, which is always nice, right? And you might be thinking, okay, so do you actually listen to all 5 of these copies? No, I do not, and that is because I have this one right here, which is a sealed first pressing copy of Paul Stanley's 1978 solo album. So this one is completely untouched from 1978, still has all the inserts, at least I would hope so. That'd be kind of a bummer if I ended up opening this up and it was maybe missing 1 or 2 of the inserts. I don't know, I'm sure it's fine, but either way, yeah, so there is a sealed copy of Paul Stanley's album. This one is a little bit beat up, you can see, but notice the deeper, the very defined V-cut right there, as opposed to, you know, say this one, which is a little bit more faded towards the neck. Yeah, just a little bit of a differentiation in the artwork there. And then I also have a 2006 copy of Paul's album on picture disc, followed by another 2006 picture disc. So why do I have 2? Well, I thought I only had 1, and while I was trying to get all 4, I ended up buying Paul's and not realizing that I already had Paul's. So now I just have 2 copies of Paul's solo album on picture disc. So yes, that is how I have 5 copies of Paul's solo album. All right, prompt number 2 for this year's 2025 KISS vinyl tag comes from Rick from It's All For You Demon. She's So European. Show your favorite foreign pressing of a KISS album. No problem. How about my Japanese copy of The Elder? So this was a gift given to me by my brother, or at least he picked it up for me. Maybe I paid him back. I don't know. I don't care. I have a Japanese copy of The Elder. So we just did an epic 3-part breakdown of the album Music from The Elder, and what a fantastic ride it was. So if you didn't see those episodes, definitely go back and check them out. But this is my go-to version of the album. You can see here it has this really nice cover here that actually does feature some images of the band. The regular album didn't feature any images of the band, so here you go. We got some images of the band in there. Then new costumes. We would call these the Elder costumes, the Killers costumes. Who cares? Really nice little obi strip there. And of course I have to show the gatefold. Nothing Japanese about the gatefold, but it is still really cool. I will go ahead and show the record, which is in a clear sleeve. And we also have an insert, which I will get to in just a moment. So there is the record there in the plastic sleeve. So here is the insert. We have the lyrics in English on one side, and then on the back side here we have the name of the album, of course, and all the songs in Japanese. And then I'm wondering if this right here isn't maybe the text that was on the inside of the gatefold. I'm not really sure. I don't read or speak Japanese, but I do love the way it looks. And so, yes, here is my personal favorite foreign pressing of a KISS album that I own, and that is the Japanese copy of The Elder. Number 3 on this list comes from the Record Spinner himself. We have Hotter Than Hell. What was your favorite vinyl score in 2024? This one was a cool one. This one was a fun one. It was a nice way to look back on 2024 as we're moving into 2025. And this one was a gift for Christmas this year. So it was literally, it came in right at the very end of 2024. But I got to show my God Gave Rock and Roll to You 2 picture disc from the Bill and Ted soundtrack. Bogus Journey. That was my favorite of the two. Not just because it had Kiss in it, but that doesn't hurt. But yeah, so Jeb, my brother, gave this to me for Christmas. I was able to cross it off my list. And yeah, it's very, very, I know, niche, and there's nothing really Kiss about it other than the logo and, of course, the song itself, which is a different mix than the one that we would get eventually on Revenge. But yeah, so even though it's just a random record, I think that out of the very few records that I got in 2024, this one might just be the standout record. And I think it's about time I go back and watch these movies. They were a lot of fun. But yeah, so I think that right there might just be my favorite score in 2024. Courtesy of Brant from In My Head, for number 4, we have King of the Mountain. Show your favorite copy of your favorite Kiss album. So you guys know, you've seen it before, you're about to see it again. It is without a doubt the autographed copy of Monster on picture disc. This is the Fan Expo edition that we got in 2013 at the Indianapolis Kiss Expo, where Gene Simmons was a special guest. These were given to VIP ticket holders signed by Gene, and then I brought it back in 2014 to get it signed by Tommy, and again in 2015 to get it signed by Eric Singer. Now, I do not have Paul's. I don't think I ever will. But as an album, Monster does hold a very special place in my heart. I love the down and dirty, raw, heavy Kiss, Shout Mercy, Wall of Sound, The Devil Is Me, Last Chance. It's just a fantastic album. And here is the back cover for you. Love that. A really nice live shot of the stage there from around the Monster tour. This is before the band, of course, had the Spider, because Gene announced the Spider at this Indianapolis Expo event. But still a really cool picture disc there. This is the version with the O before they changed it. And so, yeah, this is my favorite copy of my favorite album. Limited to 500 copies. It says limited to 500 copies. I do think there are more Monster picture disc out there, but perhaps the ones that have this sticker and that are signed by Gene. Perhaps there are a limited number of those, but still really cool. And this is what I would consider my King of the Mountain. For number 5, we have I Want You. This was one of my submissions. So show your favorite Kiss greatest hits record. And I thought I had this one down because, I mean, it's mine, right? I'm the one that submitted it, so I should know. Well, I thought Double Platinum was going to be in here, but that's my favorite greatest hits album. What's my favorite greatest hits record? Vinyl, LP. And I think that at this point, the greatest hits album I listen to the most is actually this one right here, Kiss World, which I would consider to be one of the underdogs in terms of Kiss greatest hits albums. When it came out in 2017, it was kind of it seemed like a more random release. I wasn't too crazy about it, but I went ahead and got it anyway. I do like this cover, though. It is really, really basic, really simple, but something about simplistic Kiss covers with the 4 faces. Love this molten lava, fiery, metallic logo in the middle. I think it's so cool. But no, as in terms of the greatest hits records, it has grown on me. I do listen to it more than any of the other ones on my turntable, and it's because it has such a great representation of the band's catalog. And so it does start off kind of weird. So side A, you have Crazy Crazy Nights, Rock and Roll All Night, I Was Made for Loving You, and God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too. Those songs are all notoriously songs that usually get played towards the end of the set list, I feel like. So it's kind of weird having those songs start off side A. But side B, Detroit Rock City, Beth, Lick It Up, Heaven's on Fire, Tears Are Falling. Side C is where it gets interesting. You have Unholy, Hard Luck Woman, Psycho Circus, Shout It Out Loud, Dr. Love, and Christine 16. With side B perhaps being my favorite, you have Love Gun, Shandy, I'm a Legend Tonight, Modern Day Delilah, and Heller Hallelujah. So not only do you have songs from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, 2010s, but you also have songs that feature all 10 members of Kiss, plus guys like Anton Fig and Bob Kulick, who, even though they weren't necessarily members of the band officially full-time. They did still have a hand in playing a lot of stuff in the studio. So, of course, you have Bob Kulick on I'm a Legend Tonight. You have Anton Fig on Shandy from the album Unmasked. And, of course, you have Mark St. John on Heaven's on Fire, Tommy and Eric on Modern Day Delilah and Heller Hallelujah. And, of course, you're going to have lots of Gene, Paul, Peter, and Ace, the original four. And speaking of the original four, when you open up this gatefold, you get a really cool image from the Hotter Than Hell era from the photo shoot. So, of course, the current lineup on the front, and then you have the original on the inside cover. So I thought that was really cool. It doesn't really come with anything special as far as inserts go, but yeah, in terms of greatest hits, this might just be the one that I listen to the most at this point. All right, at this point, we're over the halfway mark, so hopefully you guys are still watching, you're still enjoying it, and following along in the comments, filling in the blanks with your Kiss records. For number 6, we have from Glen from Tales of a Kiss Geek, Lonely is the Hunter. Show your most prized Kiss record or your most rare Kiss record, and I think for me, it's got to be Sonic Boom, which is kind of interesting because Glen is the one who sold me this record. But yeah, so as we all know, this is a very, very rare album. There were red, blue, green, and purple and standard black versions made. There were 5 different editions. Only 1,000 of each of those were made. So yeah, only 5,000 official Sonic Boom records were made. This is one of them. This one is, you can see, is a blue vinyl. Beautiful, beautiful blue. I love Sonic Boom. I have since the day it came out. I think Modern Day Delilah is one of the best Kiss songs ever. Say Yeah is fantastic. Tommy and Eric songs are great. And this record was packaged beautifully, perfectly, like you would imagine a classic Kiss record. Some awesome sleeve art. Check out this gatefold right here, featuring the 4 current members with their instruments. Love that striking red background. And then you have a poster that came with it, as if it couldn't get any better. But you have this really cool poster featuring the members in their first new costumes since Creatures of the Night. So yeah, how awesome is that? I love that photo shoot. It looks like total classic Kiss. As if it's not a beautiful record, it definitely is a rare record, and for me, a prized record. Okay, so here's a fun one. This is another one from Brant from In My Head. So we have Got Love for Sale. Show the record that you feel is the most valuable Kiss record in your collection. And that is probably going to be Kiss Alive 4. Now, I could have shown this in the earlier category, what was your favorite vinyl score in 2024, because this very well could have been in that category as well. It also could be in the prized and rare section too. So this one kind of fits a few different of the prompts, but I'm going to go ahead and put it here because this is one that I feel like if you're going to look for a copy of Kiss Alive 4 on vinyl, I mean, base, you're paying $253 on the low end, $250 on the high end, probably close to $1,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm really, really glad to have this record because it was the first live album that came out in my timeline, in my time period. And this, to me, was like Kiss Alive for other Kiss fans. I mean, it was just huge, big, bombastic. The 60-piece orchestra took Kiss's music to the next level. And, of course, we have a epic gatefold here. Not just a double panel, but a triple panel featuring Kiss and the orchestra. Love that stage shot. I'm not going to say this rivals or beats the Kiss Alive 2 gatefold, but in my eyes, this is pretty sick. I love this. It just takes me back to when we were watching the pay-per-view as kids, getting the album, getting the CD. Now I have the vinyl. And yes, this is a first edition. This is from 2003. This is number 8,584 of 10,000. So yeah, another very rare release, a very valuable addition to my collection, no doubt. And even though it may cost some people $1,000, I got this for free. For number 8, from It's All For You Demon, we have Gimme More. Show your favorite Kiss album insert. This is one of the most unique ones we've ever done. And of course, leave it to Rick to think outside the box, or in this case, outside the sleeve. But yeah, showing your favorite Kiss album insert. I really wish I had the paper Love Gun that I could show. I feel like that's like the quintessential Kiss album insert, but I'm actually going to go back a year and show the Originals booklet from 1976. So the Originals was the very first Kiss box set. It was a reissuing of the first 3 albums. It came with a few things. I don't have the trading cards or the sticker or whatever it was. The only thing I have in mind is the booklet. But yeah, Kiss is known for their extravagant vinyl releases and their album packaging. And of course, everything with Kiss is bigger and better. And so, yeah, their first box set was not going to shy away from that either. And so it's kind of where it started, actually, if you think about it. But yeah, that's why I'm showing this, because opening it up, I mean, it's just super historic. You have the very first publicity photo that was ever released. You have all kinds of stage passes and different ads on the left-hand side there. And just flipping through it, I mean, it's a historical overview, even though this is only 1976. Just a few years into the band's career, and there's already this rich history. So yeah, it's really just kind of cool to flip through. I gotta be very careful, but yeah, nice white logo on the back to finish it off. Very cool. So yeah, very cool, very vintage, very Kiss. That is my album insert that I'm going to show. And thank you, Rick, for coming up with such a great topic. And for number 9, we have another one of mine. This is Sweet Pain. Which record was a must-have in the collection, but maybe it hurt the wallet a little bit? So this one, I got to go with You Wanted the Best. Everybody knows, every Kiss record collector knows that if you're going to get a copy of You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best, a compilation from 96, you're going to have to pay up. And so Jeb informed me that there was a copy at a local record store. I immediately went and got it, probably paid, $125, $150 out of your pocket, which, for some people isn't really that much, but when you're paying $150 cash out of pocket without even really, knowing you're going to do that, that can kind of, but hey, it's the collecting game. It's the way it is. And you're saying, well, Xander, show it. Where's your copy? Well, I sold it to Jeb. How funny is that? So yeah, I don't actually have it anymore, but that perfectly segues into the last prompt that we have, which is another one from Dylan, the record spinner. This is See You in Your Dreams. What Kiss vinyl record are you hoping to secure in 2025? And I think I might have to ironically go with You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best. So you're thinking, well, why did you buy it just to sell it, just to want to buy it again? Well, I'm a Kiss collector, right? That happens sometimes. But no, honestly, I sold it and a few other records so that I could buy something else really, really cool. And now that I have that item, maybe in 2025, if I happen to see a copy of You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best, I'll get that. Also, Greatest Kiss on vinyl. When that was issued on vinyl for the first time, I just, for some reason, let it go by. I don't know why. I just didn't jump on it, didn't buy it. I was thinking, I'll get it at some point, get it later. And now, of course, it's one of those ones that seems to get jacked up in prices. But who knows? We'll see. 2025, it's only the first week of January. But in either case, I really do appreciate you guys joining me here on the 2025 Kiss Vinyl Tag. And be sure to check out all the other guys' submissions. Brant from In My Head, Glenn from Tales of a Kiss Geek, Rick from It's All For You Demon, and of course Dylan, the record spinner himself, who created all this in 2023 and is back in 2025 with a really cool collaborative effort. This is a great way to kick off 2025. I couldn't have asked for a better kickoff to the year, collaborating with some of my good Kiss friends, my Kiss fellow Kiss content creators. So, and I want to nominate some other ones too. So if you're a Kiss YouTuber, a Kiss vinyl collector, Kiss fan, anything, make your own video, upload your own video. I'm looking at George's Room of Rock, Super Kiss 1400, and Jeb. I want to see Jeb's. You guys think that my vinyl collection is cool? You got to see Jeb's Kiss collection, his vinyl collection. So what would you guys think if Jeb did his own vinyl tag submission? I would love to see it. So shout out loud in the comments. Leave your guys' comments. You have the 10 prompts in the description. You've heard me share with you my 10. Be sure to share your 10 in the comments. And stay tuned, because the next time we upload a video is going to be another episode of the Kiss Army Things podcast, the very first episode. And we're going to be taking a look at the 2025 Kiss forecast, talking about what we might see in this year, what we expect, what we can and hope to see. So yeah, join us and subscribe if you haven't. Be sure to subscribe to all those other channels I mentioned if you haven't. We really appreciate your guys' support. And you guys can bet on some awesome Kiss content coming in 2025. So Thank you guys for being here. Extra shout out to the Patreon subscribers. Really appreciate your guys' support. I can't wait to share with you guys what we have in 2025. But that's where I'm going to leave you guys. Did you guys notice I had a different t-shirt for almost every prompt? That was something I just kind of came up with at the last minute. But almost had a shirt for every prompt. But yeah, hey, it's just KISS fans out here having fun, doing all kinds of KISS Army things. So yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me here on the channel. I'll see you next time. My name is Xander. Peace out.